All right, I told you guys we had a little video today to do that was not something that I really like to do, want to do, or but I feel the need to do for sure. And these trucks you see in the background, to a lot of people, they're tow trucks. But to the people that use them, their life. They are their life. And for this fella, towing, and I'm pretty sure he said 50 years. Let's go verify that. Said he'd been doing it for 50 years. Michael Wayne Varble passed away. And I'm just going to read his little obituary part that they put together for him. And even though he was not a customer of ours, his friend calling this morning, and I have heard his name. He's local. He's a tow guy. I know he's looked at trucks of ours before, but just never got to the point of buying a nicer, newer truck. But the kind words that were said, and just a little text conversation that me and him have had just in the last hour or so, again, it just makes the hair on your arm stand up. Just the appreciation that some people have for the way that we do things, the way that we've always done things. And just a little backstory, this fellow I'm talking to, he was actually a state trooper that was in the DOT enforcement division, and he worked this area through here. Used to come and hang out at the car lot. Very familiar with our business for many years. He saw us make our change over to tow trucks. And when I say make that change, where all these trucks are parked now, and of course we did not have across the street at the time, where across the street is fully loaded with them as well, just as many over there as over here. And that big warehouse over there is full of 3 shelves that probably have what accumulates to almost $300,000 worth of equipment. Chains, straps, dollies. It adds up very fast. We basically made a lot of changes. So where this line here used to be work trucks, lifted trucks, custom trucks, Jeeps, we invested that money into tow trucks. And we love our tow truck customers because, again, to them, a tow truck is life. A tow truck is what they drive every day. A tow truck's what they eat breakfast in, lunch in, sometimes dinner in. 2 o'clock phone calls in the morning, 2 a.m. They're in their truck. They eat, sleep, and breathe by their trucks. All shapes, sizes, and colors and styles. This man, one of his last requests was, please make sure there's tow trucks at my funeral. And you see a lot of tow truck processions in funerals. This man went as far as to say if him and his buddy that passed away could get a tattoo, they'd tattoo Davis on their body because they were that diehard. Even though they weren't official customers, they were friends, they were followers, they were watchers of the channel. And that goes so far. I mean, it makes what we do worthwhile. The car business is not what it once was. The rental tow truck business, by the time we figure all the expenses and fees, hardly makes any money. But it keeps people driving. If your truck goes down and you're a 1 or 2 man show, 1 or 2 truck show, and you cut 1 truck out, 50% of your business is gone. You just cut your revenue in half. Not to mention you're going to have to spend money to get your truck back up and going. So that is why we really announced and put in, and I'm not doing a plug on this. This is just something this man was talking about and felt passionate about that we gave back by doing. And I feel the same way. That's why we did it. But let me read his obituary. All right. Heck, oh, here it is. Michael Wayne Varble, Celebration of Life, Final Ride Parade. It is with a heavy heart that I announce the passing of Michael Wayne Varble, November 14, 1955 to June 23rd, 2025, of Mike's Towing and Recovery in Williamsburg, Virginia. Williamsburg's about an hour from here. Williamsburg's east of here. Williamsburg is a great area for travel. It's where Busch Gardens is. For you guys that are watching from all over the place, there's also a ton of history there in Williamsburg. We are asking the towing community to come together for a final ride for our brother. Bring as many trucks as you can spare. The meetup is at 9:15 at the Kaplan Arena, William and Mary parking lot. William and Mary, big college. It may be AJ that is actually going to this, so he's learning about what he may be doing on Wednesday. So this is going to take place on Wednesday, the 2nd of July. That is Wednesday, right? Yeah, 2nd of July. The rollout will begin between 10 and 10:15 a.m. The final ride will end at 11 a.m. at the Christ Community Church, 9001 Richmond Road, Toanna, Virginia. So if you guys want to give your support on that, please do so. I'm assuming this is all on his Facebook page, or if you type his name in and Celebration of Life, it should come up. Final Ride Parade, Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025, starting at 9:15. And we are going to do everything we can to have somebody in attendance with a truck and one of our custom trucks on the back, because he was also a square body lover, watcher of the channel, watcher of the website. They both said they saw how things grew and changed with us over the years. And we're real thankful for that. And I've had a good text with this fella this morning. He's got a truck he lost in a divorce he'd like to duplicate. Nothing we like better than trying to find, do, and do things like that. He said he tried to send us all the business our way. He'd buy a t-shirt if we could bring it. He's not going to buy a t-shirt. We're bringing him a t-shirt when we come. Extra large, AJ. Probably one of the tow truck ones, and probably one of the square body ones would be cool. He said, Davis Auto for life. End of text. Biggest day right there. I mean, that's just so cool. And it just, I'm at a loss for words, guys. It's Monday morning, and I got so many things to be doing. And when you think of somebody that has passed and was that vocal in his last days about whether we would attend, whether tow trucks would be at his funeral, that's what was on his brain. That's all he was worried about. That's what he spent his whole life doing. 50 years of towing. Sling and chains, they call it. But when you see these trucks, yeah, they're a part of our business, but they're also a huge part of people's life when it comes to the towing company. If you're a well drigger, you've got a well rig, but you still drive a pickup truck. If you're a bus driver, you still have a normal car. You don't drive your school bus around. These people drive these trucks day in and day out. I've met tow truck customers for dinners. I've met them for events. I've gone to other funerals. They're driving their tow truck. They live, sleep, breathe, and operate from their tow truck. It is crazy, and that's just in remembrance of this situation has really brought it back as to how crucial these things are. And through our trials and tribulations, you'll have people say, oh my gosh, they're high on their price, or they're this or that. I can assure you our trucks go the extra mile to get them ready. Sometimes they're too cheap. Sometimes they might be too expensive. But I can promise you the give back of what we have, the whole reason the rental industry, or our side of the rental business, took off was because we need to give back to our customers. If their truck was down, they needed something to drive, not just something they bought from us. Maybe their truck was in an accident. Maybe their truck was stolen. Maybe their truck blew a hydraulic part and it wasn't available during COVID. There were so many symptoms and situations that became a need for that. The stocking of the big building over there, I just told this man, he was like, man, I wish somebody had a retail stop-in facility. We just don't have the manpower. We have it stocked for our customers that are our faithful customers. We do have it set up where you can come in and buy from us, and we just put it on a ticket and we bill you. But we are going to eventually get it set up with QR codes and scan codes and an official inventory. And that way, if you go over there and AJ's one of our customers and you send him over and you send your driver and he says, hey, we need to restock our truck. Click, 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 prints an invoice, emails it to you, you mail us a check, he leaves with his equipment. Simple as that. So we are working on that, guys. But please remember this man and all he did. He may have never towed your car. He may have never been a customer of yours. You may have never been a customer of his. But he did lose his life. He is going to be missed in the community. This man was very broken up by it and wanted to express his appreciation for anything that we could do to share. That's why we're doing this. And I want everybody to know, if you can show up, just sit on the side of the road, thumbs up, wave a flag, flash your lights, blow your horn. If you're in the Williamsburg area and the July 2nd gives you a few minutes that you can do that, that family only has one chance to relish in this funeral situation. So I'm sure it would be appreciated. And if you are a tow brother out there, please lend your support. Share this video on Facebook, any social media platform. Let people know it's coming up quick. We only got 2 days. It's Wednesday. But thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you watching. Not our normal video, but an important and a special one, I feel like.